So Russell Crowe tweeted my song, my music video, and then Reza retweeted the tweet, and I was tripping out, you know. I was buzzing, and it's like I feel like we're so distant from the rest of the world. So when people connect with the music, and especially people like Reza, it's crazy to me. I feel like a lot of the influences and people that I listened to growing up had very distinctive voices, you know, and that's something that as I grew older, began to realize my own voice was quite distinctive, and understanding the value in that, you know.
Finally, we are here now. I've been waiting all my life. Oh.
So every time I would write a song, I'd try to write a song that was good for my voice and make me sound good. And I think that's very important, you know, to be aware of your sound and crafting something that's only going to elevate your voice, or it's only going to complement your voice, you know. I mean, I could, you know, write pop songs if I wanted to, but that's not, you know, I feel like my voice thrives in the space and in the sparseness. And so everything just works around the voice.
I wish I was brave, like the soldier on the battlefield.
But also, you know, Bob Marley, Sam Cooke, they carried a lot of depth and meaning in their music, and had profound impacts on Indigenous people, on Black and brown people, and knowing, you know, what that meant to my dad and everyone. My people, Māori people love Bob Marley, and it's not just the way that the music makes them feel, but it's the messages that are in the music. So for me, I only want to write something and put it out. I want to say something when I want to say something. You know, I don't want to make music just because I have to, because it's expected. And I think it's important for me to always honor that, you know, just to say something when I'm ready to say something.
All I ask, please remember me.
The process of writing the record for me was, you know, I unpacked a lot and delved quite deep, and I've always been quite shy. I've always been that way for a long time. I've come a long way, but being able to express myself emotionally, I always struggled as a young person, as a kid, and you know, because of society, and we're kind of conditioned as we grow up with like certain expectations about what it means to be a man, what masculine means, you know. Shouldn't cry or shouldn't be able to show how they're feeling. For me, it's unlearning, you know, and relearning, understanding that we carry the masculine and the feminine. So it's about balance, and culturally, that's acknowledging, you know, my father's line and lineage, and also my mother's line and lineage. So when you have that awareness and understanding, you feel that balance is what it's about, and we're not just one thing, you know. Nobody's just, when we start to put labels on things, and we kind of limit ourselves in terms of the way that we think and understand and experience the world. And I don't think that's the best way to live as a human being. So, yeah.
Through the fire, I'd walk 1,000,000 miles to find you. Blistering winds, oh, I'd burn my skin to find you.
I feel like this record is, for me, reinstatement of, you know, my Indigenous knowledge and our cultural practices and traditions. What's always been, you know, inherent in who I am culturally and in my DNA. Because Māori, you know, Polynesians were voyagers For me, it's the parallel of, navigating oceans to navigating my emotions internally. And so it's been a journey, and I'm very grateful for music, that I'm able to process everything that I'm feeling and channel it into a song. I feel a lot lighter every time I write a song and finish it and let it go. I can kind of move on. And I love how it's symbiotic, art and music. It doesn't only benefit myself, but it also benefits the listener. And it's like full circle. It's like a cycle, and it's really beautiful.
Oh, look what you've done. You touched me and I fell apart, and now
I think the most important thing to me for people to take away when they're listening to my music is feeling like they have permission to express themselves, to be vulnerable. Understand that there's healing in that, there's healing in crying. Crying's good, it's healthy. It's important to acknowledge what we're feeling inside of ourselves. If I've triggered something in someone, then I feel like I've done my job.
Into you.
The way that I prepare for a show, I try hard to design a show, I suppose, or get the flow, feeling really good in terms of the journey, where I want to take people emotionally. That's really important to me, just the curation. But yeah, that lead up is you're preparing for something and it feels exciting and electric and sometimes tiring, but it's all it's all worth it. Yeah, I enjoy it very much. For me, like nerves are important. Nerves are good. I know it's a good sign. If I'm not nervous, then I know that something's wrong. But I felt all the nerves, so I felt good. I felt really grounded. I felt relaxed. I just knew that I was gonna have a good time, and I did. Yeah, I mean, stepping out on stage to a sold-out venue at the Opera House it's pretty amazing. It feels surreal to be able to play at the Opera House for my first gig. I feel like the Opera House is a bucket list thing for a lot of artists, so this is pretty special to me. Even now, I'm still like thinking back to the show and remembering, the special moments and the people in the crowd that I could see as well. I haven't spent too much time in Australia, but I know there are a lot of my people here, and I could definitely feel their presence when I was playing. They were very rowdy and loud, and that's who we are. We're loud people. Being able to come here to another country and still feel, almost like you belong because your people are here. It's a pretty cool feeling. Performance is my happy place, it's my favorite part of doing what I do. I love writing songs and making music, but being able to go on stage and perform it in front of people is another thing. It's my favorite thing to do, is to play live and share that experience with the audience, that reciprocal energy. Not being able to play live during the pandemic, I definitely felt like I was missing a part of myself. I think I had a lot of deep reflections about, my career and why I was doing it and what it meant to me. So there was value in that time to just breathe and step away from it for a little bit. So I'm not trying to rush heading into the next record. I'm very considered and intentional and purposeful and also just observant. I think I need to experience life a bit more, especially after the past couple of years. I've been stuck in New Zealand. I think it's really important for me to do some downloading, to get some substance, in my life. So I might travel around a bit, try and experience as much as I can experience, and then hopefully start working on the next record. I know I'm starting to get things coming through already. I think the possibilities and the potential moving forward it's really exciting, and I can't wait to see what happens.
We ain't getting any younger. We ain't getting any younger.